Across the vast and unforgiving African savanna, survival is not a guarantee, it is a daily battle. Each sunrise signals the beginning of new conflicts where life is quietly placed on the line amid burning dust and an unrelenting sun. No species is truly safe here. Every step forward can mean another chance to live, or the first step toward the end. Predators wait with calculated patience, measuring every movement and every mistake. For them, failure brings hunger, weakness, and eventually death. Prey in turn learn to exist under constant pressure. Their senses, sharpened muscles remain coiled, and when escape is no longer possible, they fight with whatever strength remains, even when the odds are stacked against them. In this world without pause, everything has a cost. Energy drains quickly, wounds do not always heal, and exhaustion becomes an enemy as real as any predator. There are no rules and no mercy. The savanna is a proving ground where only those willing to risk everything, their strength, their instincts, and sometimes their very lives, can endure. This is the wild heart of Africa, a realm where courage and sacrifice shape every fate, and where survival is written day after day through danger, resolve, and decisions made at the very edge of life. At first light, a male warthog scrapes at the ground, searching for roots beneath the dry soil. He is not known for elegance or raw power. Suddenly, he stands unknowingly within the territory of one of the savanna's most feared hunters. His small eyes scan the surroundings, his ears twitch constantly. Only a few meters away, a hungry lioness lies hidden in the bushes. She has not eaten for days and must find food for her cubs. Every step she takes is a silent risk, yet the warthog remains unaware of her presence. The wind shifts, carrying a warning on its breath. In an instant, the warthog catches the scent of danger. The lioness charges. The warthog explodes into motion, sprinting through the tall grass at speeds approaching 48 kilometers per hour, weaving sharply from side to side. As he runs, he flashes his sharp tusks in a final display of defiance. The chase is short. Exhausted, the lioness abandons the pursuit. Moments later, the warthog slows, returning calmly to his search for food as if nothing had happened. Speed, awareness, and sharp instincts are his true weapons in a land that shows no mercy. Warthogs are resilient inhabitants of the Serengeti's harsh plains. Their tusks, which can grow up to 25 centimeters long, serve both as tools for digging and as formidable defenses. The thick pads on their faces, often called warts, act as natural protection during fights. Rather than digging their own burrows, warthogs take over abandoned tunnels made by aardvarks or porcupines, reinforcing them for safety. When they enter, they back in, positioning their tusks toward the entrance, so any intruder must face them head-on. Under the blazing sun, warthogs roll in mud to cool their bodies, and the drying layer of clay also shields their skin. Smaller animals such as mongooses often climb onto their backs, feeding on ticks and insects. Their diet is remarkably flexible, ranging from dry grass and roots to scraps left behind by other animals. This adaptability allows warthogs to remain in the Serengeti during the dry season long after many species have moved on. But when the rains return, life surges back, and so do the most dangerous predators. A mother warthog watches over her young only a few weeks old, guiding them carefully as they learn to dig for food. In the distance, 3 lionesses observe in silence. The piglets are easy targets. Sensing the threat, the mother quickly herds her young back toward the burrow. She positions herself at the entrance, kicking dirt backward to deter the approaching lions. They attempt to dig their way inside, but fail. What they do not realize is that the mother has already prepared for this moment. A hidden secondary exit angled sharply and concealed by vegetation becomes the family's escape. One by one, the piglets follow their mother through the narrow tunnel, emerging safely beyond the reach of danger. In the relentless world of the Savannah, warthogs survive not through strength alone, but through endurance, awareness, and strategies as clever as they are effective. On the Savannah, there is another kind of fighter, fast, precise yet exposed. The cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, is built for speed rather than strength. A symbol of acceleration and agility, cheetahs usually hunt alone. But on rare occasions, an unusual alliance forms. 3 cheetahs come together, moving with shared intent. They slip quietly through the tall grass, fixing their attention on a wildebeest that has strayed from the safety of the herd. Each takes a position, tightening the circle with calculated calm. In an instant, the chase erupts. They surge forward, reaching speeds of up to 112 kilometers per hour. No signals are exchanged. Instinct and experience guide every movement. Yet the Savannah never offers a reward without a challenge. Drawn by the scent of the kill, a group of spotted hyenas approaches. This time, the cheetahs do not retreat. They stand their ground, growling and holding formation. Their unity becomes a shield. Faced with a coordinated defense, the scavengers hesitate and pull back. Here, cooperation makes the difference between losing everything and surviving another day. Not every cheetah is supported by allies. In the vast openness of the savannah, a female cheetah gives birth alone. Her litter of 5 cubs is born fragile and helpless. For their first week, their eyes remain closed, and it will take nearly 3 months before they are strong enough to run beside their mother. The odds are harsh. Nearly 90% of cheetah cubs do not survive past their first 3 months, falling victim to predators or starvation. To protect them, the mother hides her cubs deep within the grass, constantly moving them from place to place to avoid detection. She hunts alone, forced to leave them behind as she searches for food. At dawn, she manages to bring down a gazelle and returns with her prize. But the savannah shows no mercy. Danger is always close, especially for the young. When she returns, only 4 cubs remain. The 5th is gone. After a frantic search, the truth becomes clear. Baboons, intelligent and ruthless opportunists, have taken the missing cub. The mother approaches the trees where they linger and watches them carefully. She confronts them with presence alone, but does not attack. A single injury could doom the 4 cubs she still has. When the baboons react, she withdraws. Carrying the weight of loss, she returns to her remaining young, wounded but resolute. In the wild, survival leaves no room for grief, only the strength to keep going for those still alive. The African buffalo, one of the most imposing herbivores on the continent, is also one of the most relentlessly hunted. Its massive horns serve as a living shield against lions, and its sheer strength is the backbone of the herd's defense. Yet against its most modern predator, these ancient defenses are often no longer enough. An adult male can stand up to 1.7 meters tall and weigh around 730 kilograms. Its physical power is legendary. With a solid muscular body and an unyielding determination to protect its own, the African buffalo is considered the strongest grazer in Africa. Its thick, dark coat helps shield it from the harsh sun, but its survival is inseparably tied to water. Rarely does it stray more than 16 kilometers from rivers, lagoons, or swampy areas. What truly sets the buffalo apart, however, is its uncompromising strategy of collective defense. At the first sign of danger, the herd closes ranks instantly. Calves are pushed toward the center while adults form a solid wall of bodies and horns ready to confront any threat head-on. In unity, the buffalo finds its greatest weapon and its best chance to survive. A pale golden light spreads gently across the endless plains like a quiet promise offered to the land. Dew clings to the grass and glimmers as the last traces of night fade away. Shadows cast by trees and wandering herds begin to shift, slowly awakening as darkness retreats. Here, an ancient cycle begins once more. Within this world of renewal, one figure rises above all others, the lion sovereign of the Savannah. Its authority is not defined by strength alone, but by family and unity. True power here is born from cooperation. Calm, watchful, and majestic, the lion's presence seems to still the landscape itself. This is its realm, a place where courage is measured not only through combat but through the ability to protect, and where the young learn by observing and staying close to one another. A pride is far more than a simple gathering of lions. It is a structured and resilient society guided by unwritten laws that shape survival and legacy. At the heart of this system stand the lionesses, sisters, mothers, and tireless hunters. They are the architects of this world. Together they form a living network of cooperation bound by blood, experience, and instinct. A successful hunt is never the achievement of a single lioness, but the shared result of the pride working together. A newborn cub does not belong only to its mother. It is the responsibility of the entire group. Lionesses rotate roles, nursing, guarding, and instructing one another's young. For the cubs, life begins as play, chasing, wrestling, and practicing movements that will later become vital tools for survival. But on the savannah, no victory lasts forever. With the next day comes a new struggle. The male lions serve as the pride's defenders. Their sheer size and powerful roars create a living shield against threats. Yet dominance here is never permanent. Power shifts with time, and for every reigning king, there is always another challenger waiting for the chance to take his place. On the savannah, no feast lasts forever. With the next sunrise, the struggle begins again. The male lions stand as the pride's shield. Their massive frames and thunderous roars rise like living walls against danger. Yet power here is never fixed. Rule is temporary, and every leader must one day face a challenger. Young males cast out from their birth prides wander the wild lands alone. Over time, they grow stronger, driven by hunger and the urge to claim a future of their own. When they return, the plains seem to tremble. Night erupts into chaos. Deep roars tear through the darkness, answered by equally fierce calls. The air vibrates as voices collide. The clash is brutal. Claws, raked teeth sink deep, and heavy bodies slam together with raw force. This is not a contest of finesse, but of endurance, rage, and will. In the end, only one truth remains. The victor claims the pride, the females, and the right to shape the next generation. The defeated vanishes into the vast wilderness. Even kings are not spared from challenge. As darkness settles, other eyes are watching. Hyenas linger at the edges, clever and tireless, waiting for the moment when lions are worn down after a hunt. Alone, a hyena poses little threat. Together, they become a relentless tide of jaws and persistence, capable of stealing a hard-won kill from an entire pride. Above them, vultures circle endlessly, patient scavengers drawn by weakness, injury, and death. Their silent vigil is a reminder that even in victory, lions are never truly alone. Yet perhaps the most dangerous rival is neither thief nor scavenger. The African buffalo, massive, unpredictable, and armed with horns like spears, can turn a hunter into prey in a single instant. Across the Golden Plains, buffalo move in immense herds. For lions, they are both prize and peril, a vital source of food that demands absolute precision and courage. From a distance, the pride watches, muscles tight, eyes locked. A buffalo is no ordinary target. Its horns can tear flesh and its charge can shatter bone. When the clash comes, it is explosive, a violent collision of predator and prey where every second can decide life or death. To bring down large prey, lions must hunt as a single unified force. They spread out, apply constant pressure, single out the weakest target, and deliver a precise final strike. In the unforgiving African savanna, such coordination is essential. Sharing this harsh stage is another master of survival, the spotted hyena. Shaped by more than 10 million years of evolution, it has carved out its own powerful role among Africa's top predators. Built to endure rather than to sprint, the spotted hyena carries a dense, muscular frame engineered for stamina and strength, allowing it to thrive through relentless effort where others would fail. Its distinctive sloping posture is not a flaw, but a powerful advantage. This body shape allows the spotted hyena to move efficiently across rough, uneven ground, conserving energy over long distances. The African savanna is its stronghold, stretching from the open grasslands of East Africa to the dry, semi-arid reaches of the Kalahari Desert in Botswana. According to a 2023 assessment by the IUCN, the global population of spotted hyenas is estimated to range between 27,000 and 47,000 individuals. Yet strength alone does not define this predator. The true power of the spotted hyena lies in its remarkably complex social system. It lives in large, strictly matriarchal clans that can number more than 100 members. In the darkness of the savanna, its famous laugh is not random noise nor a sign of chaos. It is a living social map carried through sound. Each call is unique, identifying the individual and signaling its position within the clan's intricate hierarchy. This vocal language conveys identity status and intent used to summon allies or reinforce rank in a world that is both brutal and highly organized. At the top stands the alpha female whose authority shapes every aspect of clan life. This matriarchal order is more than social structure. It is a survival strategy refined over millions of years. Spotted hyenas are far more than scavengers. They are intelligent, calculated hunters capable of bringing down large and dangerous prey. Their cooperation and communication rival those of some primates, underscoring their evolutionary success. Even so, their future is not guaranteed. Habitat loss and growing conflict with humans now pose serious challenges to one of Africa's most resilient and misunderstood predators. Under the scorching African sun, where waves of golden grass stretch endlessly toward the horizon, a silent and carefully planned ambush begins to unfold. Spotted shapes hug the ground, gliding through the low vegetation like unseen currents of air. A group of lionesses is on the move. Their focus is locked onto a herd of zebras traveling in apparent calm. To the hunters, zebras are often familiar targets, easy to spot, moving in large groups that can fracture under pressure. They are herbivores, seemingly lacking long-range defenses. Yet this assumption is deceptive. One young zebra drifts away from the herd. Smaller, slower, and no longer shielded by the group, it appears to be the perfect choice, low risk, high reward. None of the lionesses anticipate how abruptly this hunt will turn. A sudden, powerful strike delivered with both hind legs and the force of a coiled spring changes everything. The lioness is stunned, the impact landing on her head or jaw. Such a reaction was never expected from prey like a zebra. When an animal confronts its predator, survival does not rely on strength or speed alone. It rests on three core pillars of defense: instinct, reflex, and adaptive learning. These responses unfold in fractions of a second. Behind every sprint, every kick, and even moments of frozen stillness lies millions of years of refined evolution. Instinctive behavior consists of genetically encoded action sequences. It requires no training, no prior experience, yet it is executed with precision from the very first encounter. When a zebra lashes out to create an opening and escape, the movement is anything but random. It is an innate motor pattern, pre-programmed and triggered the instant danger is detected from behind. These instinct-driven actions are rigid and highly focused, designed for one purpose alone: survival at any cost. Reflexes operate on an even more immediate level. Governed by neural reflex arcs, they bypass conscious thought almost entirely. Simple in design, they are among the most effective responses in nature. A zebra's kick may seem insignificant compared to the claws of a lion or the speed of a cheetah, yet it ranks among the most effective countermeasures used by large herbivores. It doesn't need to be fatal. Accuracy and timing delivered through pain are often enough to reverse the outcome. Anatomy plays a decisive role. Zebras possess an exceptionally powerful musculoskeletal structure around the hips. The muscles of the thighs and gluteal region are among the strongest in the herbivore world, capable of producing explosive force. Their hooves, hard as stone and made of dense keratin, present a small but incredibly durable striking surface, like a concentrated hammer blow. When attacked from behind, a zebra uses both hind legs, delivering straight or slightly angled kicks, adjusting the trajectory with remarkable precision to meet the position of its attacker. In 2024, Namibia endured its most severe drought in more than 100 years. Across Etosha, waterholes nearly vanished. Hippopotamuses became stranded in shrinking pools of drying mud. Then in early 2025, the rains finally returned, and with them renewal. Grasslands flushed green once more. Giraffes and rarer species such as the black-faced impala took advantage of the sudden abundance, feeding eagerly as the land recovered. But this relief is temporary. From May to October, the dry season tightens its grip on the park with relentless heat. Daytime temperatures often climb between 35 and 48 degrees Celsius. Natural water sources fade away almost completely. As water becomes scarce, herbivores are forced to gather at the few remaining oases. Their numbers draw predators in close, turning these lifelines into unavoidable arenas of tension and conflict. Among the giants that endure these harsh conditions is the black rhinoceros. Powerfully built, it can reach up to 1.5 meters at the shoulder and weigh well over a ton. Two horns growing continuously throughout its life serve as essential tools for defense. Despite its name, its skin is a dark gray, often coated in dust. A pointed prehensile upper lip allows it to pluck tender leaves from thorny shrubs with precision. Remarkably, it can survive for days without drinking, drawing most of the moisture it needs from the plants it consumes, an adaptation finely tuned to life in an arid landscape. Its eyesight is poor, but the black rhino lives in a world shaped by scent. For this largely solitary animal, communication is written into the land itself. Dung piles are not random waste. They are shared records, a living archive of smells pressed into the soil. They reveal who has passed through, their strength, their intentions, and even their readiness to mate. This silent exchange forms an invisible social network guiding movement and behavior across an ancient territory. Even so, the dry season remains a relentless test. Artificial water holes like the one at Ocauquejo become critical sanctuaries. Here, even the normally solitary black rhino must tolerate the presence of others. At night, under the soft glow of floodlights, its massive silhouette emerges. With steady, deliberate steps, it approaches the water, asserting its presence without sound, yet with unmistakable authority. By 2023, Namibia was home to more than 2,200 black rhinos, with over 70% of them found within Etosha National Park. This concentration, however, comes at a cost. High densities increase the risk of poaching. Despite the efforts of dedicated rangers, GPS tracking, drone surveillance, and even the controversial removal of horns, the black rhino faces a threat greater than any natural predator, human greed persistent and unrelenting. In the murky currents of the Zambezi River, a colossal predator lies hidden in absolute stillness. This is the Nile crocodile, the largest reptile in Africa. Unlike many hunters, it does not need to feed every day. Its highly efficient metabolism allows it to survive for weeks, sometimes even longer, without a single meal. Lower Zambezi National Park is one of its strongholds. Here, survival depends as much on patience as on raw power. A crocodile can remain motionless for hours, even days, blending perfectly with water and shadow while waiting for the precise moment. When an unsuspecting animal steps too close to the river's edge, there is no warning. In a fraction of a second, the surface explodes. Jaws snap shut and the victim is dragged beneath the water. Resistance is futile. With a bite force reaching nearly 22,000 newtons, the Nile crocodile possesses one of the most powerful jaws in the natural world. Far from the riverbanks, another African sanctuary tells a different story. Often called the jewel of Namibia, Etosha National Park is home to 4 of the continent's Big Five: the elephant, the lion, the leopard, and the critically endangered black rhinoceros. Together, these landscapes reveal the raw intensity and fragile balance of Africa's wild heart, where power, patience, and survival are written into every moment. As night settles over the African savannah and the dust slowly returns to the wounded earth, the marks of conflict remain. Every struggle here is more than violence. It is a desperate choice to exist one more day. Each species has learned the same hard truth: survival demands a heavy price, paid in energy, safety, and often in life itself. Courage and sacrifice are not optional here. They are the cost of living. Yet these battles are not meaningless chaos. They are part of an ancient and delicate balance where every predator and every prey plays a role that cannot be replaced. When one life ends, another continues. When one species disappears, the entire system trembles. Protecting the savannah does not mean stopping the struggle. It means preserving the stage where nature can follow its course whole and unhindered. The true danger is not the hunter, but the loss of habitat, the silence that follows when there is no one left to fight. To understand these wild conflicts is also a call to human responsibility. To conserve, respect, and defend these lands where life is forged under extreme conditions. As long as the savannah still breathes, the story of survival will continue to be written with courage, risk, and sacrifice. If this journey into the wild heart of Africa has moved you and sparked reflection, support our work. Like the video and subscribe to Beast Call Nature to keep exploring, understanding, and protecting the untamed world of wildlife. The African savanna is not a land of promises. It is a realm governed by the cost of survival. Every dawn begins with hunger, and every dusk carries the memory of loss. The earth bears silent traces of unfinished pursuits of lives that ended and of others that escaped by the narrowest margin. Survival here is not a tale of glory, but a relentless and demanding reality. Across these vast open plains, true refuge is rare. Tall grass conceals patient hunters, and even the shade of a solitary tree can become a place of danger. Each step requires judgment. Each movement is a measured risk. To live in this environment is to remain expied, knowing that a single error, a brief distraction, or a moment's delay can change everything. Life is sustained through struggle and sacrifice. Prey endure constant tension injury and exhausting chases beneath an unforgiving sun. Predators in turn face frequent failure. Most hunts do not succeed, and they too suffer wounds and loss. In the African savanna, no creature is invulnerable, and safety is never guaranteed. Here, survival is earned through pain, fatigue, and often at the expense of another life. This is not cruelty, but an ancient order shaped by nature itself, where second chances are rare. In this world, existence means constant challenge, and enduring one more day is by itself a hard-fought victory. The warthog moves steadily across the dry, cracked ground, its head lowered and snout close to the surface. With each dig, clear marks are left on the hardened soil. Its long, curved tusks break through the earth, exposing roots that still retain traces of moisture. A solid build, thick skin, and sparse hair help protect the animal from extreme heat while reducing water loss. During the long dry season, the warthog adjusts its daily routine. It remains inactive during the hottest hours and travels mainly at dawn and dusk, when solar radiation is weaker. As food becomes scarce, it expands its range in search of roots and tubers. With a strong sense of orientation, it is able to return accurately to feeding areas visited weeks earlier. Each excavation disturbs the soil, creating small depressions that later collect rainwater when the wet season arrives. Seeds settle in these pockets and begin to sprout, What was once a barren surface slowly shows signs of new growth. Through repeated digging, warthogs keep the soil loose and support the natural regeneration of vegetation. At the sound of something unfamiliar, the animal freezes. Its ears rise and it turns toward the wind. If danger is detected, it retreats quickly to its burrow, always entering backward so its tusks face outward. Every movement follows a precise and deliberate pattern guided solely by survival. Although warthogs are rarely seen traveling together, their tracks spread across wide areas of the savannah. Each dug patch of ground, resting hollow and altered surface, becomes a resource for smaller species. Despite their solitary nature, warthogs play a vital ecological role, acting as natural engineers that shape the soil and support balance at lower levels of the ecosystem. Hidden within the tall grass, a lioness lies pressed close to the ground. The afternoon light reflects off her dust-covered coat. Ahead, a warthog moves slowly with its head down, unaware of the threat. The wind carries its scent away. The chase begins only when the distance closes to less than 30 meters. In seconds, the lioness accelerates, reaching speeds of nearly 65 kilometers per hour. The warthog reacts with a sharp turn and runs into open terrain. The lioness follows, but the uneven dry ground quickly reduces her speed. As the opportunity fades, she stops, steadies her breathing, and remains still among the grass. Energy must be conserved for the next attempt. Hunting is not an impulsive act, but a carefully structured sequence of behaviors. Within a pride, each individual has a role. Some advance, while others block escape routes. Every attempt tests coordination and patience. When a hunt succeeds, prey populations remain regulated and grasslands stay in balance. Afterward, the remains provide food for hyenas, vultures, and insects. In this way, energy moves through the ecosystem and nothing is wasted. Beneath the shade of acacia trees, the lion asserts its dominance with unwavering authority. It represents the highest expression of collective power among the great cats. Unlike the solitary cheetah, lions live and hunt in highly organized social groups known as prides. The male's mane is more than a visual feature. It serves as added protection during confrontations with rivals. Yet it is the lionesses, more agile and precisely coordinated, that carry out most of the hunting. Their ability to work together makes the lion a calculated and efficient predator, a rare strategy within the feline world. Ambushes most often take place at night or in the early hours of morning when cooler temperatures allow for longer pursuits. The lionesses spread out in a wide arc while one moves forward to separate a target from the herd. Once the prey is brought down, collective strength ensures the hunt ends quickly. Life within the pride, however, is not always stable. Conflict is not limited to the hunt. Internal disputes are frequent and determine access to food and social rank. While group living offers clear advantages, it also carries constant tension. Dominant males must continuously defend the pride against challengers. When a new male takes control, aggression reaches its peak. Offspring of the former leader may be eliminated to ensure that only the new genetic line continues. this behavior may appear harsh, from a biological standpoint, it is a strategy that reinforces reproductive success in the savanna. The lion's roar is a clear declaration of power. More than a sound, it functions as a territorial signal. Its low-frequency call can travel up to 8 kilometers, forming an acoustic boundary that warns intruders that this land is claimed. For pride members that have strayed, the roar also serves as a guide leading them back. Even so, survival demands constant awareness. Large groups of hyenas can challenge a pride's control, and prolonged drought can sharply reduce available prey. The lion embodies a complex balance of strength, cooperation, and social conflict. Its presence alone alters the behavior of surrounding species, shaping the rhythm and structure of the entire savanna. On the savanna, lions stand at the top of the ecological pyramid. Their presence regulates prey numbers and helps prevent overgrazing of vegetation. As night falls, a lioness retreats to shaded areas to recover energy. Every action, stalking, sprinting, or resting, forms part of a finely tuned energy balance that governs life in the wild. On an exposed mound, a group of mongooses spreads out to monitor the surroundings. One climbs to the highest point and rises onto its hind legs. Its eyes scan the landscape while its ears remain in constant motion. Even the slightest change in the grass is noted. They remain silent until a real threat emerges. In the distance, a lion moves carefully through the yellowed grass. The wind shifts and dry leaves rustle softly. The sound alone is enough to trigger alarm. A sharp, brief call passes through the group. Within seconds, the mongooses vanish into burrows or press flat against the ground. Mongooses are not direct participants in the predator-prey chain, yet they serve a vital role as an early warning system within the ecosystem. Their calls alert nearby animals, including small antelopes and ground-dwelling birds. The response spreads outward, creating a temporary zone of stillness across the savanna. Once the danger has passed, they return to their usual activities, digging for insects, eggs, larvae, and tender roots. Each small excavation improves soil aeration and increases water absorption. When old burrows are abandoned, the tunnels become shelter for snakes, lizards, or small birds. Through constant routines of vigilance, digging, and coexistence, mongooses help maintain ecological balance. Their small bodies link the underground world to the surface and help regulate the flow of awareness and alertness that shapes the rhythm of life on the savanna. Night settles over the savanna and temperatures drop quickly. Moisture begins to rise from the ground as spotted hyenas emerge from their dens. They move in a loose formation spaced apart to cover more territory. Ears remain upright, muzzles testing the air. In the darkness, sound and scent guide every step. A young antelope drifts away from its herd. A faint noise cuts through the night. The hyenas pause and adjust their direction. The hunt begins in complete silence, no calls, no growls. They advance cautiously, then suddenly surge forward. The chase lasts less than a minute, ending with a precise bite to the hindquarters of the prey. Coordination within the clan rivals that of many top predators. Each individual has a defined role. The leader sets the course while others close in from the sides. When the prey collapses, feeding follows a strict order. Their society is matriarchal. The dominant female controls the group and feeds first, followed by the rest. After the feeding ends, almost nothing remains. Bone, skin, and even marrow are crushed and consumed. Their highly efficient digestive system extracts nutrients from materials few species can process. There is no trace left behind, no lingering scent of decay. The ecological role of the hyena extends far beyond the hunt itself. They are natural recyclers, removing carcasses and limiting the spread of disease. Through this quiet but essential work, the savanna maintains balance even in the aftermath of death. Strong winds sweep across the open grasslands as a pack of African wild dogs begins to move. More than 10 individuals travel in single file, their pace perfectly synchronized. Their movement resembles a coordinated unit, with each animal holding its position without conflict or disorder. When prey is detected, communication occurs through subtle body signals, a tail movement, a brief turn, or a short call. The hunt then begins. There is no ambush and no attempt at concealment. The strategy relies on direct pursuit and endurance. These hunters can sustain speeds of nearly 55 kilometers per hour for more than 5 minutes, outperforming all other savanna predators in long-distance chases. The prey does not fall to an immediate strike, but to exhaustion. Once it can no longer continue, the group closes in swiftly and brings it down with precision. Feeding is rapid and organized. Meat is shared evenly with no displays of dominance or aggression. Every member of the pack, including the young and the injured, receives a portion. This fair distribution strengthens the unity and resilience of the group. The The social structure of the African wild dog is among the most stable in the ecosystem. There is no absolute leader. Decisions emerge through shared signals and collective responses. This consensus-based system explains their exceptional efficiency, with hunting success rates exceeding 70%. After feeding, the pack rests briefly before resuming its journey. They do not defend fixed territories. Constant movement reduces overgrazing and limits direct competition with lions and hyenas. Through this continuous roaming, African wild dogs help regulate herbivore populations across vast areas, keeping the savanna dynamic and in balance. Cape buffalo live in large herds that can number in the hundreds. Each adult weighs over 770 kilograms, with a dense, powerful build and curved horns that form a natural defensive barrier. Their movement is slow and deliberate, with consistent spacing maintained between individuals. When a threat appears, the structure of the herd changes instantly. Adult males move outward to the perimeter, while females and calves gather at the center. There are no audible signals or visible commands. The response emerges through instinctive coordination. When danger approaches, the herd does not flee, it confronts it. Dozens of horns lower at once as the circle tightens. The confrontation may last only seconds, yet it is often enough to drive away even a lion. In many cases, buffalo launch a countercharge, pursuing the predator and shielding injured members. Their true strength lies not in the power of any single animal, but in the unity of the group. This cohesion makes buffalo one of the few herbivores capable of standing their ground against large predators. As they move, they trample dry grass and create pathways later used by smaller species. When they stop, their waste enriches the soil and promotes plant growth. Within the savanna ecosystem, buffalo herds act as powerful engines of energy transfer from grass to predators and ultimately back to the land. Their presence ensures that this vital cycle continues without interruption. Across the open plains, herds of zebras move in long, unbroken lines. Hundreds of bodies advance one after another, hooves striking the dry ground in a steady rhythm. Dust rises on the horizon. No single leader is visible. Movement is guided entirely by collective instinct. As water sources diminish, the herds adjust their course toward lower ground where moisture still remains. The migratory pattern of zebras is maintained through natural order. Adults set the pace, foals stay close, and the most vulnerable individuals remain protected within the group. When predators appear, the herd does not scatter. Instead, it forms curved or circular formations. Each animal responds to the movement of its neighbor, creating a chain reaction that functions as a defense system built on coordinated motion. The black and white stripes serve more than simple identification. They help regulate body temperature. When sunlight hits, the coat temperature differences between light and dark. Bands create small air currents that cool the skin. At the same time, the striped pattern disrupts a predator's visual focus during movement, acting as a highly effective form of dynamic camouflage. Over journeys that stretch for hundreds of kilometers, zebras lead the great migration of the savannah. They open pathways later used by antelope and buffalo. Trampled grass allows fresh shoots to emerge after the rains, and their droppings fertilize the soil. Each movement reactivates the nutrient cycle of the grasslands. When the rains return, the march comes to a halt. The herds rest and wait for the next season to begin. The journey repeats year after year, precisely aligned with the rhythm of the climate, like a natural heartbeat that defines life across the African plains. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest leave the Serengeti and cross the Mara River in search of fresh grazing land. Their movement forms a living current that stretches for dozens of kilometers across the savannah. The ground trembles beneath the impact of thousands of hooves. Each animal follows the one ahead without hesitation. The migration is driven solely by the availability of water and grass. As rainfall shifts, the herds adjust their direction. There is no guide. Decisions arise from collective instinct. When the first wildebeest enters the river, the rest follow. The water is deep and the current strong, but instinct outweighs fear. Many do not make it across and are taken by the current. Their bodies become food for crocodiles, fish, and scavenging birds. Those that survive continue forward. Losses do not stop the movement, they are part of the natural cycle. Upon reaching new ground, the wildebeest feed on fresh grass that emerges after the rains. Their droppings enrich shallow soils, allowing the savannah to recover quickly. Months later, when grazing becomes scarce, the herds reverse their path and return along the same route. The migration never truly ends, it simply shifts direction with the seasons. The movement of wildebeest functions like a circulatory system for African ecosystems. It links distant plains and transports energy from one region to another. On a continental scale, their journey is the steady pulse of the savannah, an uninterrupted flow of life renewed year after year. Across the dry lands, African elephants move with a slow yet steady pace. Each deep step leaves a lasting imprint in the soil. The herd is made up of adult females, young calves, and an older matriarch who guides the journey. Their exceptional sense of smell allows them to locate water sources from many kilometers away. When they reach a dry riverbed, they use tusks and feet to dig until they uncover underground moisture. This simple action creates water holes that sustain other species, birds, antelope, monkeys, and even lions. During the dry season, each pool becomes a temporary gathering point for life. For this reason, elephants are considered natural engineers of the savannah, capable of shaping the landscape through their behavior. They consume hundreds of kilograms of vegetation each day. Grass, bark, roots, and dry branches. By pushing over trees and breaking limbs, they open clearings that allow sunlight to reach the ground, encouraging new plant growth. Their droppings carry undigested seeds across long distances, supporting plant regeneration far from its source. The presence of elephants defines the health and productivity of the ecosystem. As they travel, they flatten grass, loosen the soil, and speed up decomposition. When elephants disappear, the savannah loses balance. The ground hardens and vegetation begins to decline. Every footprint they leave is not just a mark, but the beginning of another cycle. Elephants do not hunt, yet nearly all species depend indirectly on their actions. This is how nature functions. True strength is not measured by destruction, but by the ability to sustain life. A giant of the savannah moves forward with the caution of a seasoned fighter. The rhinoceros, covered in thick armor-like skin, conveys a sense of near impenetrable strength. Weighing more than 2,200 kilograms, its mere presence commands respect. Unlike elephants, rhinos live largely solitary lives, spending much of the day grazing or resting in shaded areas. Despite its size and power, its eyesight is poor. To compensate, the rhinoceros relies on an exceptionally sharp sense of smell. When it detects a threat, its response can be sudden and forceful, launching into a charge that can reach speeds close to 50 kilometers per hour. Its horn, used as a forward-facing weapon, turns this charge into a formidable defense. Near muddy pools, the rhinoceros rolls and coats its body in a thick layer of mud. This behavior provides natural protection against parasites and intense solar radiation. The horn itself is made of keratin, the same material found in human hair, yet it can grow to more than 1.5 meters in length. Combined with the animal's speed and mass, it becomes an ancient tool of remarkable power, capable of overturning vehicles in rare encounters with humans. Although elephants and rhinoceroses differ in behavior and lifestyle, both play critical roles within the ecosystem. Their movements, feeding habits, and the changes they impose on the landscape create microhabitats used by countless species, from small birds to insects. These giants do not merely dominate the savanna, they support it, maintaining the balance that allows life across the African plains to endure. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 3 seconds and sustain extreme speeds for 20 to 30 seconds. Its highly flexible spine allows strides of up to 7 meters. The black lines running from its eyes reduce glare from the sun and sharpen visual focus on moving prey. Today, the cheetah is classified as vulnerable with fewer than 7,000 individuals remaining in the wild. Habitat loss and competition with larger predators pose its greatest threats, placing constant pressure on its survival. Hunting demands absolute precision. The cheetah assesses the terrain, selects the angle of approach, and tracks its target with intense focus before releasing a final burst of speed. There is no margin for error. After a successful capture, it must feed quickly before scavengers or stronger predators arrive to take over. Its movement across open grasslands is fluid and highly responsive. Long strides and explosive acceleration allow it to adapt instantly to sudden changes in terrain. Every hunt is a perfect alignment of muscle power, speed, and timing. Cheetahs directly influence populations of antelope and other herbivores. By hunting selectively, they help maintain ecological balance within the grasslands. Their activity shifts with the seasons and prey availability. As the landscape changes, the cheetah adjusts its strategy to remain effective. In open ecosystems, the cheetah serves as a keystone species, an essential regulator within the savanna's food web, where every sprint shapes the balance between life and survival. This chapter of the African savanna now comes to a close, a landscape where life and death exist side by side at every moment. Here, struggles for survival are not rare dramas, but essential forces that have sustained this ecosystem for thousands of years. Every chase, every confrontation, and every escape, whether successful or not, keeps the delicate machinery of wildlife in motion. Across these vast plains, survival means accepting constant risk, facing hunger, exhaustion, and danger with unwavering resolve. There are no permanent victors and no final defeats, only species that adapt, endure, and move forward, driven by the oldest instinct on Earth. Survival here is earned through effort, exposure, and sometimes at the cost of life itself. Yet beyond the harshness of these scenes lies a deeper message. This wild world must be understood and protected. Every animal plays an irreplaceable role, and the loss of one disrupts the balance of all. Preserving the African savanna means preserving a living story, one that continues to be written each day beneath an unforgiving sun. If this journey through the wild has informed you, moved you, or sparked your curiosity, we invite you to support this project. Like the video, subscribe to Beast Call Nature and join us in future explorations of the animal world, where life reveals itself in its most raw, powerful, and authentic form. In Africa's untamed savanna, every passing moment carries the weight of life and death. Each breath, each movement becomes part of an unspoken battle between hunter and hunted, a realm where instinct is pushed to its absolute edge. There is no room for hesitation, no chance to undo a mistake. A delayed glance or a single misstep is all it takes for fate to be decided. Amid this unforgiving landscape, the lion rises as a symbol of near-absolute power, with raw strength, calculated strategy, and deadly coordination. It commands the plains and instills fear in every herd that crosses its path. Yet even these rulers are not beyond danger. They must fight relentlessly to hold their ground, because in the savannah, power is never permanent. This is a world where survival is paid for in blood, where nature reveals its most unfiltered and authentic form. A harsh stage where only the strongest, the most alert, and those who adapt swiftly earn the right to endure. As the first light of Sunday touches the land, the wild begins to stir. Dew settles across the earth, catching the early glow, while long shadows stretch beneath the trees. Herds begin to move, and the fading darkness gives way to life once more. Here, an ancient cycle begins again, and in this reborn world, one creature rises above all others, the lion, the undisputed ruler of the savannah. Its true strength is not built on brute force alone, but on unity. Its dominance is rooted in family. A silent authority follows its presence, calming the vast plains. This is the lion's realm, a place where courage is measured not only in battle, but in the ability to defend and endure, where cubs learn by watching, by staying close. A pride is more than a gathering of lions. It is a structured society bound by unseen rules that shape survival and legacy. At the heart of this system are the lionesses, sisters, mothers, tireless hunters. They form the foundation of this world. Together they create a network of cooperation, a living bond, shaped by instinct and kinship. A successful hunt belongs to all, not just one. A newborn cub is not raised by a single mother, but by the entire pride. They share the roles of nursing, protecting, and teaching, ensuring that every young life has a chance to grow. For the cubs, life begins as play. They chase, tumble, and practice mock battles, building the skills they will one day depend on. Yet in the savannah, no moment of ease lasts forever. With each new day, the struggle begins again. Male lions, the guardians of the pride, carry a vital responsibility. Their imposing size and thunderous roars serve as living barriers against danger. But power here is never permanent. Every leader must eventually face a challenger. Young males once driven away wander the plains, hardened by hardship and driven by the instinct to claim their own future. When they return, the ground seems to tremble. The night fills with tension, deep roars echoing back and forth, voices clashing in the darkness. Even kings must fight to keep their throne. In the shadows, hyenas watch. Clever and relentless, they wait for the perfect moment when lions are exhausted after the hunt. Alone they pose little threat, but together they become a relentless force capable of stealing what was earned through effort and risk. Above them, vultures circle endlessly, patient and observant, waiting for signs of weakness, of death, of opportunity. Their presence is a constant reminder, even in victory, lions are never alone. Yet the most dangerous rival is not always a scavenger. The African buffalo, massive, unpredictable, armed with horns like sharpened spears, can turn hunter into prey in an instant. Under the blazing heat of the golden plains, herds of buffalo move as one. To the lions, they represent both survival and deadly risk, a source of life that demands strategy, precision, and absolute courage. From a distance, the pride watches, muscles tense, eyes locked on their target. The buffalo is no ordinary prey. Its horns can pierce flesh, its charge can shatter bone. When the clash begins, it is pure chaos, a brutal collision between predator and prey where every second matters. The lions must work together, isolate the weakest, and strike with deadly accuracy. Where are you watching this from? Share your country in the comments below. In the unforgiving African savannah, the spotted hyena has established itself as one of the most formidable carnivores in the ecosystem. With an evolutionary history stretching back over 10 million years, this species has followed a distinct path shaped by the relentless demands of survival. From the moment it is born, it is built to endure its powerful muscular frame, allowing it to combine strength with remarkable stamina during long pursuits. Its sloping posture, so often misunderstood, is not a flaw, but a vital adaptation. It allows the hyena to move efficiently across rough, uneven terrain with surprising agility. The spotted hyena ranges widely across the African savanna, from the sweeping grasslands of East Africa to the dry semi-arid regions of the Kalahari Desert in Botswana. As night falls, the savanna transforms. The hyena's eerie laughter is not random noise, but a sophisticated form of communication. Each call carries meaning, a complex acoustic signal that reflects identity and rank within the clan. This vocal system forms an invisible social map, helping individuals locate allies, reinforce bonds, and assert their place in a harsh yet highly structured society. At the top of this hierarchy stands a dominant female, the undisputed leader. This matriarchal system is more than social order. It is a survival strategy refined over millions of years. Far from being mere scavengers, spotted hyenas are skilled and strategic hunters capable of taking down large prey through coordination and persistence. Their level of cooperation and communication rivals that of some primates. Yet despite their evolutionary success, they face growing challenges. Habitat loss and increasing conflict with humans threaten the future of one of Africa's most resilient and captivating species. In times of scarcity, lions rise as the dominant predators of the African savanna. Their golden coats blend seamlessly with sun-scorched grasslands, granting them near-perfect camouflage. The male, crowned with a thick and imposing mane, embodies authority, yet this feature also serves a practical purpose, offering protection during violent clashes. Weighing between 150 and 250 kilograms and reaching lengths of up to 3 meters, the lion is a balance of strength and agility. Unlike most large solitary cats, lions live in tightly bonded groups known as prides. A typical pride may consist of 3 to 30 individuals, where lionesses take the lead in hunting. During the dry season, shrinking water sources force wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo to move in search of better conditions. In response, lions expand their hunting grounds, sometimes covering territories exceeding 160 square kilometers. When night falls over the African plains, the hunt begins. Darkness offers a crucial advantage, shielding them from the intense daytime heat. Hunting as a coordinated unit, lions rely on complex strategies. Some lionesses guide the prey toward an ambush, while others lie in wait, ready to deliver the final strike. The distribution of food follows a strict and unforgiving hierarchy. Dominant males assert their authority and feed first. Yet their role extends beyond privilege. They are essential to the pride's defense. In confrontations over food, lions often overpower hyenas. Studies suggest that in nearly 60% of these encounters, lions succeed in driving their rivals away and claiming the prize. However, when hyenas gather in overwhelming numbers, the balance can shift. A clan of 15 to 20 individuals can challenge even a strong pride of lions. This ongoing rivalry between the two species plays a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. Their competition ensures that only the most skilled, organized, and adaptable individuals endure. The African buffalo, one of the continent's most imposing herbivores, is also among the most relentlessly targeted. Its massive horns act as a shield against lions, and its sheer strength helps safeguard the entire herd. Yet when faced with its most modern predator, these ancient defenses begin to lose their edge. An adult male can stand up to 1.7 meters tall and weigh over 700 kilograms. Its physical power is undeniable. With a solid muscular build and an unyielding temperament, the African buffalo is often regarded as one of the strongest grazers on the continent. Its dark, dense coat offers protection from the scorching sun, but its survival depends heavily on consistent access to water. For this reason, it rarely strays more than 16 kilometers from rivers, wetlands, or watering holes. Still, what truly sets this species apart is its unwavering strategy of collective defense. When danger approaches, the herd reacts instantly. Calves are pushed toward the center while adults form a tight, unbreakable wall of muscle and horns ready to confront any threat head-on. Beneath the scattered canopy of the Mambo woodland, a silent figure moves unseen. Its golden coat, patterned with dark rosettes, blends seamlessly with the broken light filtering through the branches. It is the leopard, a true master of stealth. Across the savannas of Zambia, the leopard occupies elusive and solitary territories, rarely revealing itself. Its population density remains low, with only 1 to 3 individuals per 100 square kilometers. Among towering trees, it moves with quiet precision and controlled grace. Every step is calculated, every motion nearly invisible. Roughly 45 meters ahead, a lone animal drifts away from its group. The leopard lowers its body, becoming part of the landscape itself. Slowly, it closes the distance. When only 10 meters remain, its muscles tighten, coiled with energy. In a sudden burst of speed and power, it launches forward, reaching speeds of up to 58 kilometers per hour. The struggle is swift, yet in the wild, a successful hunt offers no guarantee of safety. Other predators linger nearby, ready to claim what they did not earn. With remarkable strength, the leopard drags its prey high into a tree beyond the reach of lions and hyenas. Hidden among the branches, it feeds in silence, secure for the moment from all threats. Across the endless plains, tens of thousands of blue wildebeest begin to move, continuing an ancient journey etched into their existence. Their migration stands as one of the most breathtaking spectacles in the natural world. Built for endurance, the blue wildebeest is the result of millions of years of evolutionary refinement, perfectly adapted for long-distance travel. Both males and females carry strong curved horns, tools for defense, but also symbols of rank within the herd. At birth, calves are covered in a yellowish-brown coat that helps them blend into the dry grass. Within just 2 months, however, their color shifts to a distinctive metallic blue-gray, marking their place among the herd. Wildebeest are most active during the early hours of dawn and again at dusk. When danger approaches, they can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour. Yet speed alone does not always ensure survival. In the face of a threat, the herd instinctively tightens its formation, responding with an alarm signal as ancient as their lineage itself. Meanwhile, in South Luangwa, the Thornycroft's giraffe stands as a symbol of the region's unique ecological identity. Isolated by geography, this subspecies has followed its own evolutionary path over thousands of years. Tall and slender, it is defined by its atuil, graceful neck and a coat marked with irregular dark brown patches. Each giraffe carries a pattern unlike any other, distinct as a fingerprint. When danger appears, it naturally assumes the role of a sentinel. Its elevated head becomes a visible warning signal across great distances. And if a threat comes too close, it can deliver a powerful kick strong enough to drive away even a lion. In Kafue National Park, the Southeast African cheetah stands among the most remarkable predators on Earth. Capable of exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, it holds the title of the fastest land mammal. Its evolutionary lineage stretches back more than 2.5 million years, establishing it as one of the most widespread subspecies across the grasslands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa. The cheetah's body is a masterpiece of evolution. Its slender frame, elongated limbs, and semi-retractable claws are all finely tuned for speed and traction. Unlike most big cats, it does not rely on darkness to hunt. Instead, it is active during daylight, favoring the golden hours of dawn and dusk to avoid encounters with larger, more dangerous competitors. Even so, speed alone does not guarantee success. Only about half of its hunting attempts result in a capture. Each chase tests not only acceleration but endurance. Hidden within tall grass, the cheetah advances in silence until it closes the gap. Then in a sudden burst of power, it launches forward, reaching top speed in less than 3 seconds. Yet its velocity comes from more than just its legs. For the cheetah, running is almost like flight. With every stride, there is a fleeting moment when its body is airborne. Its spine acts like a living spring, flexing and extending to propel it forward in a series of controlled leaps, closer to gliding across the land than simply running. As the distance narrows, agility becomes its final weapon. A precise swipe of the paw, followed by a targeted bite to the throat, brings the pursuit to an end. But even then, the challenge is not over. The extreme effort pushes its body to the brink of overheating. The cheetah cannot feed immediately. It must pause for 5 to 10 minutes to recover its breath and lower its body temperature. Unlike the lion, which dominates through raw power, or the hyena, which thrives on collective endurance, the cheetah relies on a single defining advantage: speed. It must eat quickly because even after a successful hunt, it remains one of the most vulnerable predators on the savannah. As the first rays of sunlight wash over the vast grasslands of Kafue National Park, a pack of African wild dogs prepares for the dawn hunt. For centuries, this species has refined one of the most efficient forms of cooperative hunting in the animal kingdom. The oldest known fossils of the African wild dog, dating back roughly 200,000 years, were discovered in Kafse Cave in Israel, evidence of a long and complex evolutionary history. One of its most striking features is its specialized dentition, proportionally larger than that of any other carnivore, perfectly adapted for tearing through flesh with remarkable efficiency. They live in tightly bonded social groups, typically ranging from 2 to 27 individuals. Within these packs, a clear hierarchy is maintained, often with dominant females at the top. Their hunting method is a precise combination of speed, coordination, and strategy. Wild dogs pursue their prey at high speed, driving it to exhaustion before delivering the final attack. They approach quietly, then suddenly unleash a burst of energy reaching speeds of up to 66 kilometers per hour. What truly sets them apart is their endurance, sustaining chases that can last anywhere from 10 minutes to over an hour. Today, the African wild dog is classified as an endangered species on the IUCN Red List. With an estimated population of only around 6,600 individuals remaining in the wild. Every hunt and every pack stands as a testament to survival in the face of an uncertain future. In the murky waters of the Zambezi River, a colossal predator lies hidden in absolute silence. It is the Nile crocodile, the largest of its kind in Africa. Unlike many reptiles, it does not need to feed every day. Its highly efficient digestive system allows it to survive for weeks without a meal. The Lower Zambezi National Park serves as one of its primary strongholds. In this environment, these silent hunters rely not only on immense strength, but on extraordinary patience. A crocodile can remain completely still for hours, even days, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When an unsuspecting animal approaches the water's edge, there is no warning. In an instant, the surface erupts in a violent surge. The crocodile lunges forward, its jaws snapping shut with deadly precision, dragging its prey beneath the surface. There is no escape. With a bite force exceeding 22,000 newtons, the Nile crocodile stands as one of the most powerful predators in the animal kingdom. Often described as the jewel of Namibia, Etosha National Park is home to 4 of Africa's Big Five: the elephant, the lion, the leopard, and the critically endangered black rhinoceros. In 2024, Namibia endured its most severe drought in over a century. Across Etosha, natural water holes dried out completely, leaving hippos stranded in cracked mud. But by early 2025, the rains returned, and with them renewal. The plains turned green once more, and wildlife responded quickly. Giraffes and rarer species such as the black-faced impala took advantage of this brief abundance. Yet between May and October, the dry season reasserts its dominance. The heat becomes relentless, with daytime temperatures ranging from 35 to 48 degrees Celsius. Natural water sources nearly vanish. As this vital resource grows, scarce herbivores are forced to gather around the few remaining water holes. Their presence inevitably draws predators, turning these shrinking oases into stages of constant tension and confrontation. The black rhinoceros, with its massive frame, can reach up to 1.5 meters in height and weigh around 1,400 kilograms. This formidable animal carries 2 continuously growing horns, essential tools for defense. Despite its name, its skin is not black, but a grayish-brown tone. Its pointed prehensile upper lip allows it to grasp and strip leaves even from thorny shrubs. It can survive for days without drinking, directly extracting most of its moisture from the plants it consumes, an adaptation crucial for life in such an arid environment. Though its eyesight is poor, the black rhino navigates a world guided by scent. For a largely solitary animal, communication is written across the landscape. What may appear to be simple dung piles are in fact shared records, a living archive of scent imprinted into the dust. Each trace tells a story who passed through their strength, their intent, their readiness to mate. It is a silent dialogue shared among those who inhabit this ancient land, an invisible network that allows them to navigate and communicate in solitude. Even so, the dry season remains a constant trial. Artificial waterholes such as those at Ocauquejo become essential refuges where even the solitary black rhino must tolerate the presence of others. As night falls under the dim glow of floodlights, its silhouette emerges. Its heavy body moves steadily toward the water, quietly asserting its place within the territory. By 2023, Namibia was home to more than 2,200 black rhinoceroses, with over 70% found within Etosha National Park alone. Yet such concentration brings increased risk. Despite ongoing protection efforts, including ranger patrols, GPS tracking drones, and preventative dehorning, the black rhino continues to face a threat greater than any natural predator: the relentless greed of humankind. In Africa's wild savanna, the battles never truly end, they only change form. When the dust settles and silence drapes the land once more, it becomes clear that every breath, every movement has been part of an unrelenting struggle between predator and prey. A war driven by instinct alone. Here there are no heroes or villains, only lives enduring beneath a relentless sun. The strong may fall, the vulnerable may sometimes escape, and survival is decided in mere seconds. In this untamed world, even the most feared hunter can become prey with a single mistake. The savannah moves on untouched by victory or defeat. In Africa, to live is to fight, and each sunrise signals the beginning of another silent battle where life holds on with its final strength. If this journey into the raw reality of the wild moved you, support the channel with a like and subscribe to Beast Call Nature to keep exploring the most authentic side of the natural world.